Ever wonder what it's like to live near the ultra elite in San Francisco? I'm talking world famous actor Julia Roberts, Golden State Warriors owner Joe Lacob. It's the neighborhood where the most expensive listing in San Francisco was listed last year for $45 million. I'm talking about the Presidio Heights neighborhood, and in this video, I'm gonna give you the deep dive on all things Presidio Heights so that you have enough information if you're thinking of moving or relocating in the area to decide whether the Presidio Heights neighborhood is the right neighborhood for you. What's up, everyone? This is Austin Clark, your lawyer turned real estate agent and real estate developer in San Francisco. I've lived all over the city since 2013, so I have firsthand, in-depth experience of what the real estate market is like and what it's like to live here. If you want more information about the San Francisco real estate market, or you want more information about particular properties or particular communities, definitely reach out to me. My contact information is in the description below. Send me an email, give me a call, shoot me a text. I will personally answer every message that I get, and I'd be more than happy to help you. And also, if you want to see more videos just like this, hit the subscribe button. I post videos every week. Make sure to click the bell so that you're notified every single time I post a video. Presidio Heights is a fairly small, very affluent subdistrict on the northern end of San Francisco, stretching from Presidio Street to Arguello Street east to west, and from Presidio National Forest to the north to California Street to the south. Many of the homes here are either architecturally significant or historic or both, and because of its location, people who live here enjoy, some of the best views in the entire city of, the Pacific Ocean, Golden Gate Bridge, the Bay, and the city itself. Presidio Heights is probably one of the cleanest, if not the cleanest areas of the city. It's super, super residential, very suburban and secluded, which makes it incredible for people who are, looking to get away from the super busy and loud, downtown area of San Francisco. It's also one of the most dog and kid-friendly neighborhoods in the San Francisco. Everything here is super walkable. There are multiple parks nearby. It's only a short, 10-minute drive to downtown San Francisco, and probably a 5-minute drive to the Golden Gate Bridge, and about less than 10 minutes to Golden Gate Park. So it's an ideal place to live for people who either, work downtown or like to go downtown a lot, or people who work or like to go to Marin a lot. If you, have to go to South City or even the South Bay, for work or for any other reason, on a repeated basis, it's going to be a little tougher to live here because the commute is going to be a lot longer. But obviously, something that maybe is worth it because the area is so nice. Unlike a lot of parts in San Francisco, the area is mostly flat. Going east to west, it's relatively flat throughout. There are some moderate hills going north to south from the Presidio, up to Broadway and Pacific Street. But for the most part, the hills are, not very big and they're not super steep. So the neighborhood is still pretty walkable. One of the best things about living here, it's not just the, historic architecture, these massive homes that are here. It's all the shops and restaurants that are within walking distance of where you live. Sacramento Street is sort of the main shopping area in Presidio Heights. Some of the best restaurants in the city, like my favorite Michelin-starred restaurant, Spruce, is in the city. It's a very white tablecloth place, but they make literally the best burger that I've ever had. The bar there is a super cool vibe. Definitely recommend it if you're visiting or you're ever around the area. It's amazing. There are a lot of other restaurants there that are really good. Sociale is an Italian spot that has a super cool outdoor courtyard. There's also indoor seating. If you get too cold, they do have heat lamps though all the time, which is really nice. As Quoted has some excellent food and coffee as well, and it's all gluten-free. And there are a ton of other restaurants in the area, all within walking distance of pretty much anywhere if you live in Presidio Heights. Sacramento Street also is home to a lot of very high-end boutique design and clothing stores. From home goods and design stores, you got Hudson Grace, you've got Tracy Simmons Design, March, Sue Fisher King, Anion, Anthem, list goes on and on. There's a ton of them. And then while not technically in Presidio Heights itself, pretty much anywhere you live in Presidio Heights is going to be just a few minutes walk to Laurel Village, which is a fairly good-sized strip mall on the other side, on the south side of California Street. There's several banks there, there's a liquor store, there's a couple very high-end grocery stores there, Brian's and Calmart. Brian's has literally the most amazing meat counter I've ever seen. If you are having trouble finding stuff at other places like a Whole Foods or a Safeway, go to Brian's, they're gonna have it. Calmart also has a really good butcher as well, but Brian's has a lot of very high-end, Kobe, Wagyu style meats. Clement Street is also, a nearby shopping area with a ton of great food. It's not technically in Presidio Heights, but people living in Presidio Heights can easily walk there, or it's just a couple-minute drive away. And one of my favorite things about Presidio Heights is that it is home to one of the oldest single-screen movie theaters in the entire city, the Vogue Theater. It's only one screen, they only play one thing at a time, but they do a pretty good mix of classic movies and new movies as well, so definitely a cool spot to check out. As far as outdoor activities go, there aren't really any parks or outdoor spaces in the Presidio Heights neighborhood itself. But Presidio Heights borders the Presidio National Forest, which is this massive mature forest of pine and spruce trees and eucalyptus trees. There are a ton of picnic areas there. There's a lot of forested areas there. You got some of the best views in the entire city from this forest. It's great for hiking, just, light trail walks for biking. Presidio Heights also borders the Lion Street steps, which, offers panoramic views of the bay. People use the steps for exercise. They go up and down it multiple times. It's pretty steep and it's pretty long, so definitely a good workout. A lot of people in Presidio Heights also, take their dogs and their kids to Alta Plaza Park, which is in the neighboring neighborhood to the east, Pacific Heights. There's a lot to love about Presidio Heights, but it is one of the most expensive, if not the most expensive neighborhood in San Francisco. So what does housing cost there? Because the neighborhood is so small, both geographically and from a population standpoint, I think there's only a little bit over 5,000 people who live there compared to, say, 16,000 plus people who live in the neighborhood just over next to it, Pacific Heights. There's not a lot of trading of either homes or condos there. There were only 11 single family homes that sold last year for an average price of $7.9 million, and the median price was about $6.6 million. So homes are very, very expensive, a lot more than the average home in San Francisco of $2.2 million. There were 19 condos that sold there last year for an average of about $2.5 million and a median price of about $2.6 million. That's a lot more than the average condo in San Francisco, which goes for about $1.45 million. Average rent for a 2-bedroom in the area is close to $5,000 a month. It can go a lot higher than that, depending on the finish quality and the view profile of the particular house. And of course, if the house is, architecturally significant or historic. So that's the scoop on Presidio Heights. If you're thinking of moving to San Francisco or relocating, definitely consider Presidio Heights. It's one of my favorite neighborhoods in the city. It's definitely one of the nicest, but obviously it's one of the priciest as well. If you're one of those people thinking about moving in the city or you have questions about the market, definitely reach out to me. My contact information is in the description. Call me, email me, text me. I will personally answer every message that I get, and I'd be more than happy to chat with you and help you out. And I'll be doing a video like this every week, so if you want to see more just like this, make sure to hit the subscribe button and don't forget to hit the bell so that you're notified every single time I post a video.